Today's market may be full of premium SUVs coming from various parts of the world, but when it comes to high-end, the so-called ultimate luxury, British brands still represent the gold standard. Both Bentley and Rolls Royce have been on the market with their SUVs for years, so we decided to take another look to see what years have done to each model in terms of their design, competitiveness, and overall desirability. Get ready for the ultimate luxury SUV showdown, because we're comparing the 2025 Rolls Royce Cullinan to the Bentley Bentayga today. But before we start, make sure to check other videos from our channel. Like, share, and subscribe. We're pretty sure you'll enjoy it. Styling and exterior design. Okay, the two SUVs have been around long enough, so we think we can skip things like dimensions and other basic information. We'll get to the styling because that's where both models clearly show their super luxury status. The Bentayga is older, and the last time the styling was updated was in 2021, but it still looks fresh thanks to a classic Bentley design approach. But doesn't it look as good as the Cullinan? We're not so sure. Because the Bentayga's round headlights and milder overall design approach don't seem to leave the same kind of impression the Cullinan does. With an upright grille and the whole front-end design, as well as a full load of rectangular shapes, this one looks boxier, more muscular, and more rugged. And with Rolls Royce trademarks at the front, it definitely looks more upscale than the Bentayga. We think that aesthetics explain a lot of why one is notably more expensive than the other. The Cullinan looks as mature as it can go and will retain freshness for much longer, we believe, while the Bentayga, although great-looking, somehow shows its vague roots and may get old quicker than the Rolls Royce's first SUVs. Powertrain and ride quality. But the styling is still a matter of impression, a matter of personal preferences, so you shouldn't take our words for granted. On the other hand, some things are definitely more measurable, so let's focus on them now, starting with the powertrain options. In the Cullinan's case, things are pretty simple. In a typical Rolls-Royce fashion, this one comes with a massive V12 engine that ensures all the smoothness you could imagine. The 6.7-liter engine is rated at 563 horsepower, or 592 if you pick the black badge model, and it offers all the low-end torque you could ask for. But more importantly, it's incredibly smooth and whisper quiet, ensuring an unparalleled driving experience. In the Bentayga's case, the powertrain offer has always been more complex, but things changed recently, in a negative way some would say. Because the most prestigious, the smoothest, the best variant of the Bentayga is no longer available. Yes, Bentley discontinued the W12 engine, so the offer now consists of just the hybrid and twin-turbo V8. The first one puts out 443 horsepower, but it's not the power that makes it inferior to the Cullinan. It's the number of cylinders, as this hybrid powertrain is based on a V6 engine, which isn't something you look forward to when you're buying an ultra-luxury SUV. Thankfully, things are much better with the twin-turbo V8 that puts out 99 horsepower more and, more importantly, way more smoothness and a much nicer engine note, even though it's still not as smooth as the Cullinan's V12. But it's not all about power and smoothness. Some customers prioritize performance, and that's why the Bentayga eats Cullinans for breakfast. It's a smaller and significantly lighter vehicle, which makes it way more agile and way quicker. 3.3 seconds is enough to hit 60 with the twin-turbo V8. The Cullinan, on the other hand, needs 4.5 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour. The Bentayga also feels way more agile in corners, but the Cullinan's curb weight of around 3 tons has its own advantages as well. That mass, combined with air suspension and a system that receives information from a road scanning camera and adjusts the vehicle's height to compensate for road imperfections, prove to be an unparalleled combo. The level of smoothness and overall comfort goes way beyond the standard of other luxury vehicles, including the Bentayga. Still, the two models have a couple of things in common under the hood, starting from standard all-wheel drive and 8-speed automatic transmission that In both cases come from ZF, though slightly different variants of the 8-horsepower unit. Interior design. As expected with this price range, both models feature cabins that perfectly reflect the taste of the British ruling class. In the Cullinan's case, this means practically endless customization options with materials like box grain leather, lamb's wool carpeting, and all kinds of high-end wood trim, aluminum accents, as well as beautiful bamboo fabric called Duality Twill, which contains 2.2 million stitches and 11 miles of thread. Furthermore, the company recently added a stained ash wood trim option, as well as a new glass panel that integrates instruments and infotainment. With the 2025 update, the Cullinan also got new patterns for the upholstery that constantly change shapes, reflecting the clouds of Goodwood where the company's headquarters are located. As for Bentayga, things aren't much different, though the fact that the dashboard design hasn't changed for nearly 8 years makes us feel a little bit too accustomed to its aesthetics. Still, no one can deny the excellent build quality as well as a full load of high-end materials starting from top-tier leather, real wood trim, all kinds of metal accents, etc. Everything screams luxury, though the actual number of customization options is a little bit smaller compared to the key rival. The biggest difference may be at the rear end of the cabin. The Cullinan is not just a bigger vehicle with more rear passenger room. Simply, it's a more luxurious vehicle in this area. Even though the Bentayga is also available with rear bucket seats, the overall impression is that it doesn't feel as lavish as the Cullinan. The Cullinan has better seats, more adjustable, with more advanced massaging features. Of course, both models come with typical luxury things such as a bottle cooler, adjustable interior ambient lighting, etc. As for the cargo area, the Cullinan is, once again, better, with 21 cubic feet compared to Bentayga's 17 cubic feet. Moreover, the Cullinan is also available with the so-called bespoke viewing suite, which is essentially a set of seats and a cocktail table that deploy from the luggage compartment, allowing you to enjoy the moment no matter where you are. Tech features. Of course, both models come with state-of-the-art tech features, starting from excellent infotainment systems. The Cullinan's has just been updated, as we already mentioned, and now features a fancy new glass panel that incorporates an instrument cluster and infotainment screen. The latest infotainment system works seamlessly, while we also like to point out an excellent 18-speaker, 18-channel, 1400-watt audio system. The Bentayga also looks pretty impressive in this aspect. Some may consider its 10.9-inch infotainment screen undersized, but we find it perfect. The actual problem we have with it is that it doesn't fit the rest of the dashboard in the most natural way. Somehow, it looks like it came directly from Audi without any modifications. Still, it works great and comes with all the tech you would expect from a contemporary infotainment system, including navigation, smartphone integration, etc. Its 12-speaker audio system may not be as impressive as the Cullinan's, but thankfully, you can opt for Name's 20-speaker premium audio system. The key difference between the two models in terms of tech features is in the way infotainment systems work. The Cullinan's new system can be controlled by touch or through the controller on the center console. The Bentayga system, on the other hand, is touch-sensitive only and comes with a few more physical controls too. It still has a rotary knob on the center console, but that one's reserved for the selection of different drive modes rather than on-screen functions. Pricing. Clearly, the Rolls Royce is a significantly more expensive SUV, especially now when Bentayga is no longer available with the W12 engine. The pricing for the updated 2025 model year hasn't been announced yet, but most sources suggest a starting price of around $395,000, while the range-topping black badge is expected to go for around $455,000. As for the Bentayga, we can refer to the 2024 model year, which, in its most basic variants, costs around $205,000, no matter if you choose a hybrid or V8 version. On the other hand, the most expensive version, the long wheelbase Mulliner trim with V8 engine, gets you much closer to the Cullinan's price range with a sticker price of nearly $340,000. What do you think about these two super luxury SUVs? Does the Cullinan really justify the massive price gap with its extra luxury bits? Does the V12 really make such a drastic difference? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.